Hey everybody, welcome to Bizchicks TV, the place to be for tips, tools, strategies, everything that you need to know to build a profitable business and to take the hassle out of your hustle. Today is Tuesday. So you do know what that means, right? Right. The digital diva is in the house. We are going to be talking social media strategy, digital marketing, everything you need to stay on the top shelf in your business with your marketing. So Terry Johnson online from New York City, right here, right now. Take it away, Terry.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here again. Let's talk about marketing strategy. And lately, we've been talking about brand strategy because I feel like that hasn't been getting enough, um, I guess, attention because people are thinking about marketing strategy and social media. But we've been saying, the last couple of weeks that the internet is changing, things are moving to Web 3.0. So, people are going, well, what do I do? So I'm saying right now is when you work on your marketing, your branding. Right now is when you gather people to you, attract them to your business, turn it into a brand. Everybody has a brand. If you don't know that,
Yep.
everybody. You could be mom and pop selling cupcakes, or you have a little store. What you everybody that's in business, you have a brand. Even people who are, say, speakers. You're a local speaker, or you speak at events. You have a brand. It's your name. It's you. So you have to have a strategy for that. You have to know certain parts of branding. So that's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about brand awareness, brand strategy. Now we want to talk about brand positioning, and I'm going to tell you what it is. So brand positioning. Let's get the definition, and then we're going to give it to you simply.
Can
So
I ask a
brand.
quick?
Go
I
ahead.
want to ask a quick question. So does
Mhm.
that mean, because you said everybody has a brand or everybody is a brand, that means even if we are not technically in business, we have a brand.
Yeah.
You know them kids down the street, they have an identifier, right? That's their brand. The neighborhood kids, the
So I'm glad you brought that up. So before I get into this, let's talk a little bit because there was the Billboard Award on Sunday, and I watched it because I wanted to see Mary J. Blige. She got the Icon Award. So Mary J. Blige she's a brand. She's not an artist. She's an artist. She's a recording artist. She's a singer. She's won Grammys. She's an actress now. So she's expanded her brand, but she's a brand. She has a certain there's a certain voice to her, the way
mhm,
she speaks, the way she dresses,
right,
stylists put that together. And she right now is on a journey where she's not self-publishing, but she has her own she put out her own album. She put it out herself. And so that gives you more creative license. So she's expanding as a brand, but her brand, she's the queen of hip hop soul from when she came out first. That was
right.
P. Diddy gave her that title, and it stuck because it's her. See? So she has a brand. She's not just, okay, Mary J. Blige, she's a singer, this and that and that. She has a whole package brand. And
Mm,
I can tell that because she's got people. I know that she has people around her to develop that brand lately. Maybe in the beginning, and just getting a little bit into the Uptown Records and Andre Harrell and P. Diddy, they're the ones who discovered her and brought her up into the music world, but they were the ones that were thinking branding, even if they wasn't calling it that. You don't have to call it
right,
personal brand,
right.
but you're doing steps, you're doing things in a particular way to appeal to an audience. That's branding.
Mm,
So
let me get
if you're an influencer, if you're a small business owner, if you're online selling something, that's branding. Because remember, I said branding was you. This is where how you stand out among
right.
your competition. Marketing is something different. This branding is something different. So that's what you have to realize. There's a subtle difference.
Mm,
It's the steps you take, the walk you take. Because remember, we said branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room, what they think about, what they feel about you, not what you make them feel. You can contribute to that, but they form their own opinion, so to speak. Hey, Dr. Taji. Dr. Taji's here.
Hello, doctor.
So I mean, and I know people think brand is very similar. That marketing is a different thing than branding. But when you establish a business and you go, now what? That's when you turn to branding. Because you have to say it's not just the logos and colors. I gotta repeat that. It's not just the logos, the colors, the font. That's a part of it. But it's the way you do you walk the walk, do you talk the talk online? And I think last week Dr. Taji said about, do you deliver what you promise? That's it. That's it. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up because she was on the Billboard Awards Sunday. And I think a lot of people at Janet Jackson. She's another one with a brand. So we all have that. Think of it as your person. If you want to call it your personality, if you just it's just me. I'm a solopreneur. Then that's it. But it's still branding. That's your personal brand. Right. All right. So we're gonna get back to brand. A part of that, brand positioning. Brand positioning is the act of designing your business offering and image to occupy a distinctive place in the minds of the target audience, target market, and that's your target audience, your customers, who you're trying to reach. Okay, so you have to brand positioning has to help you be different from your competitors, and how in the minds of your customers you're different from the competition. So let's put it simple. Brand positioning is the space your brand and products hold in the market and in the minds of your customers. That's it. What do they think? What do you want them to think when they think of you, or they hear about your brand name, your company name, or see your logo, or see you doing business online, or just putting a message out, a story, a reel, TikTok, whatever you're doing? That's branding. And that's brand positioning it in your customer mind where they see you favorably. And then I was saying different isn't enough, because this is what people say, well, my brand position is I'm different. I'm different from my competition. Well, how? What does that say to your customers? What makes you different? So let's look at, say, Starbucks. I love to bring them out. What makes them different? It's not the logo. The logo is cool, green and white, whatever. But what makes them different is that the way that people feel when they consume the product and they go in the store and they're walking out with that cup. That's brand positioning. Go ahead.
Right. It's like the Starbucks, it has come to be a status symbol. If you walk around with the green and white cup,
right.
Ooh,
right. Because it's just coffee in the cup, right? Remember that.
It's just coffee, and some days it's not all that great. But the fact that you went in and you got the language right, you ordered the venti caramel macchiato, and you did all of that.
Whip, no foam, almond milk, all of the whole rigmarole of ordering.
Right. If you got past the rigmarole of ordering and got the green cup and you walking out,
because and it really is, the people if you've never been to Starbucks, there's a whole like, what do I do? Because you don't just go up and give me a coffee. Give me a coffee. What size? What do you want? What flavor? Do you want foam? Do you want whip? Do you want this? So that can be intimidating to the first time consumer.
Right.
But the people that already know, and you don't even have to go in order. You can just use that. I love it. You just use the app. And by the time I get there, it's ready. I pick it up and I go out. I don't have to stand there and wait. So
so we're talking about brands and vibes, because different isn't enough. So I sometimes go to Phil's Coffee. Phil's Coffee is totally different. The whole vibe is different than Starbucks.
Right.
Just totally different. And Dunkin' is different than the both of them. And Pete's, everybody who goes to any one of them, they have their own tribe, their own group, but the branding is totally because we're talking about their personal brand, the experience.
Right.
Each one is different.
Exactly. And I'm trying to, what is Dunkin's tagline?
We run on
Oh,
Dunkin's or something.
that was it. That was we run on Dunkin's, or then I go to the website, it says Dunkin' Done Easy, but there's something else. I forgot. I think it's running on Dunkin' or something.
Yeah, we run on Dunkin's or something. And then okay, for a while, Dunkin's was not the high end
No,
coffee. They
no,
were not, and neither was Dutch Brothers for that matter.
right. So see how this is brand positioning. This is think of a horse race. Because we just had the Kentucky Derby, and one of the horses was like 21st, and it came in first, and nobody could believe it. That's all. Think of position, and I want they had like an overhead view of the position, how the horse maneuvered into first place. I said that's brand positioning. Where you come, you might be at the back, all your competitors, and you weaving in and out and moving, thinking you can't come in first because you're in 21st position. But this horse won, and people couldn't believe it. I'm like, that's brand positioning. How you maneuver in and out between your competitors. And a lot of people say I'm different from my competitor. Well, that's not enough. That's not enough. How are you different? What do you do? Well, my prices are lower. Well, sometimes people look, and I forgot where I saw this. I was looking at it, and they said sometimes when you lower your prices, your customers or consumers or people who are looking at your business will go, well, something suspicious about that because it should be higher than that.
Okay.
People equate high price with a high value.
Okay, so let's take this new airline, somebody's cheap airlines. Oh, we can go to Paris for $209 round trip. I was like, I'm not getting on that plane. I'm not getting on the plane at $209 to Paris round trip.
Isn't there Spirit Airlines here in America, and it's like the flights are 20, 30. I'm not flying that. Sorry.
And okay, this wasn't even Spirit. This was somebody else's flight, and I've been seeing the commercials, and I was like, oh, I just went to Hawaii for $79. I'm not getting on that plane.
Let's see. I'm getting on a plane that maybe flies over the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean. And the flight is what, 200 something round trip, you said, to Paris. I don't know about that. In my mind, I'm like, I want to be as safe as possible.
Dr. Tachi has a couple of comments. She says, right, different how? It has to be different enough to make me want to go out of my way to patronize you.
Boom. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. And then she got another one there.
When something is so cheap, you have to sacrifice something else like comfort or the ability to breathe in air without paying for it. Talking about the Spirit airline. I'm with you, Dr. Tachi. I'm like, and you don't know what you're giving up at a $209 round trip to Paris. Are we going to have the seats so close together that you don't have any elbow room? What is the deal? What was the deal? What is the deal with I can't imagine 209.
Oh, there you go.
Round trip. I don't know, because 209. Look, it used to be 209 just to fly from here to I'm in Sacramento, which is about an hour's flight to LA. That was 209.
Wow.
And then Dr. Tachi said exactly, playing with an international flight where you'll be on the plane for over 6 hours is risky.
Exactly. I mean, okay. Flying is expensive. Driving the car now is expensive with the gas prices. But, what are you going to do? Are you going to sacrifice comfort or safety because, it's $29 each way, or it's $209 round trip to go across the land? I'm just like, some things you don't want to scrimp or save on. And if you want to go to Paris, and I want to go in luxury and comfort, and whatever that price is, if I don't have it today, maybe I got to go next year and save up.
And you don't, what did they risk to get you 209?
Yeah, that's another thing. So what's the difference between that airline and say Delta or a United? What's the difference? Where are they cutting? Because Delta says this, and you say 209, and Delta says 1200, whatever. I'm just using the
Yes, I'll pay the 1200.
right, because I'm going to Paris. I don't want to go on. And this just popped in my head. Remember the movies, Madagascar, and one of the Madagascars, the monkeys made an airplane out of parts, and the thing fell apart and they had to get off. I'm like, I don't want it to be that airplane where the monkeys from Madagascar or the pink. I think it was the monkeys or the penguins, one of the animals.
Put together a whole,
and it was see through, and it was I think they had to stop with it. So it was something crazy. And I'm like, that's crazy. So you don't want that in real life. I'm sorry. It's just some people are like that.
And some then people are going to be suspect of your brand if it's that cheap. What's wrong?
Yeah, what did you cut? You had to cut something out, because why is Delta this price and you're so low? But it's the same place. The planes are going to land at the same airport. What's the difference? Now I noticed some markup on Delta's side, or the United. I noticed some markup, but you cutting too much. So
okay, so what fuel did you buy that Delta and them ain't using? Because
you get the bootleg fuel, jet fuel from somebody. What? I'm just saying, I hear, and I know that Spirit flies, then I haven't heard any Spirit planes crash. I'm just like, I don't want to be the one. Like, it's my flight for the $29.
I might fly with Cargo Joe before I fly the 209 too.
Right. So see, those are things you have to think out. But brand positioning is okay. You can't. It's about the value that you want the customers to have about you. So let me read this again, because I want to say the brand position is the space your brand and products hold in the market and in the minds of your customers. So in the minds of your customers, what kind of brand are you? What does your business do? Well, we do this. Well, okay, but you may have 20 other competitors. What's your differential? What do you offer that makes me, the customer, want to go with you? So that's brand positioning, which means it's not enough to be different. You got to bring the value. You got to have it where the customer is satisfied totally. And this is pre-purchase, during purchase, and customer service after. A lot of people leave that off, the aftercare part.
And you can't find them. It's like, wait,
yeah.
I got a question, and then
I bought something from you. Now I can't get you on the phone. I can't find you. Well, you just cut off any kind of further purchasing from that one customer, and you don't want to do that, because that person is going to go online and, okay, let's bring up the laundry, because we brought this up again with Fran and the laundry service. You're going to go on everywhere, tell everybody you're not satisfied.
Correct. And they have a really good idea. The concept is excellent.
Right.
The execution is not.
Because who's going to go all over town looking for
their laundry?
Not happening. When the competitor says, well, okay, what I promise, I deliver. You can guarantee, you can bet the house on it. You can call up previous customers. And this is why on your social media, you have the user generated content of the surveys, the reviews, show them they are happy when they bought whatever they bought from you, whether it's a product or service. This doesn't matter now. This doesn't matter if it's a product or service. People will get on now and talk about their experience with your brand, with your business.
Yep. And the key to the execution is the flawless execution.
Flawless. You gotta let's see, like in gymnastics.
you gotta land it. You gotta stick that.
10.
You gotta stick that landing. And if you mess up, you fess up.
Yes.
And fix it.
I like that. If you mess up, fess up. If you mess up, fess up.
And then fix it.
and
See,
fix it.
the
Yes.
laundry people, they messed up, did not fess up, and didn't fix it.
And see, that's a brand position right there. If we mess up, we fix it. Guaranteed. You got to take away the part where they're going to try to talk themselves out of the purchase, and you give not a guarantee. Well, that is a guarantee. If we mess up, don't worry. It's a guarantee that we're gonna make sure that you're satisfied as a customer. That
Right.
is a brand positioning.
Right. And a lot of people leave that part off.
Yeah.
I was going to go to, there's another place that I can drop off laundry to here
Mm-hmm.
in the city. I was going to call them, ask them, do they got delivery? Because I can bypass this whole situation over here.
Right.
So
Right.
the story continues. I'll let you know what happens.
I believe it will continue, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. This is why we talk about it here. Some people don't know or don't care or whatever, and this is the thing with the aftercare, the customer service that comes after they bought from you. Some businesses don't care about that. But you should care, because we can go to Yelp, we can go to Instagram, we can go to Facebook, we can go to Twitter, we can go wherever and voice our displeasure. We didn't have that years ago. If you bought something, the companies didn't worry about it, because where are you going to go? You
Right.
would call them and be irate, but that would be the end of it. Now it can go so far,
Right,
because of social media. So now businesses have to think about, am I delivering what I promised before, during, and after the sale?
this is interesting because when we had the yellow pages where you can let your fingers do the walking through the yellow pages, and you look
Yeah.
up the yellow pages,
Mhm.
but if you got bad customer service, who you gonna call was the situation, right? Who you gonna call? Now I can call a whole bunch of people, not just Yelp, because Yelp is one. You don't even have to have an account.
Google
Yelp has
reviews
right on the page, right
there.
was not a good experience, or I had a wonderful experience, whatever. In Google searching algorithm is okay. So now that's all over the world.
Exactly. It's all over the world. It's for everyone to view. So that's why you have to say, listen, is my business doing, is my brand about, delivering a value and making sure everything is straight, there's no problems. And think about, say, a wedding planner or an event planner. Your brand positioning is, you sit back and I do the work for you, and you don't have to worry about a thing. No one will, with the wedding planner, nobody's gonna call the bride and say, well, we don't have roses. That's the wedding planner. She takes all the, or he takes that from that worry and stress from you. And if you deliver like that, you're gonna have customers, you're gonna have so many clients calling you that you're gonna have to turn your phone off, because that's what people want on an event, a special event like that. I don't want any drama. I don't want anything to go wrong. I just want to walk down the aisle, or I just want to, go to the speaking event and just talk. Nothing goes wrong. Nothing.
Right. And you would pay dearly to make that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you want the stress-free event. That's your brand position, a stress-free event. You relax, you do what you got to do. We got you.
Right. And you are helping them along the way, dealing with crazy cousins and family members and stuff, and they handle it.
Yes, I handle it. Whatever it is, and whatever it is, you have to handle it. Oh, so there's the sprinklers go off at the event. Well, you can't call the bride. Don't call the bride. You got to handle that. You're the buck stop here person.
Right.
The buck stops with me.
And we handle it.
And what you do with that is, you charge your what your value provide, what you provide is worth, no matter what the cost. Right. You don't go, well, this is too much. If you're the buck stop here person, charge what you like, because you're the buck stop here. And how you prove that is by doing it.
So you taking on the responsibility, you need to get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something happens that if the chairs don't arrive, this doesn't do, they you better get that call. Let them not call the bride or the person or whoever. You're the intermediate. You're the buck stops here because they're paying you. And once you go ahead.
I think because if you don't charge enough, then you can't overcome an error like the chairs didn't show up. But if you have charged enough, you can call another chair company to bring in some stuff.
That's right.
Because you got paid, and another reason why you need to get paid.
Because people will pay whatever you charge. If you're saying, I'm going to deliver you a stress-free event, I'm going to make you just relax and float on a cloud of whatever, and you sit back and you don't have to, because there's so many stressful things that happen during a wedding or an event. So many things, and then they run to the bride, or they run to the groom, or they run to I'm trying to don't come to me with that. That's why you have a wedding planner. People think, well, why do I need that? For that, because things won't happen.
So nobody is bothering you on the day of the event.
All you gotta do is show up.
That's why a lot of people in business, they try and do DIY. No, you find somebody to do this stuff so that you can do what you do.
Right. If it's important to your bottom line, and if this event goes off hitch free and I get so much business for it, then it's worth it for you to hire an event planner to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. Because I gotta make a speech and I'm rehearsing my speech, but I gotta go and run and see why there's no chairs, or there's no water, or the sprinkler thing is coming, or somebody came with the wrong delivery. They're gonna come to you. But if you have the buck stop here person, I'm the buck stop there with me, that's the person that's going to get so much business, because they're paying for that. They're paying for that event, and they pay the cost. And if if people that can't afford your budget, then you say, well, okay, maybe I'll make a service that's a little less, or you say, well, that's a customer, I'm going to let somebody else, I'm going to let my competition have that. You decide. But that's brand positioning. Now, a couple of things I want to mention before we end is that some of the advantages of brand positioning. People think of your brand first when they're ready to buy. Your clear differentiation from the competition. We talked about that. You have a strengthened connection with your audience. We just talked about that. Better understanding of your customer challenges. Higher relevance in conversations about your market. That means, things online, the conversation that's going on. Customers feel good about paying your higher price point. We just mentioned that one. And you have a clear understanding of who you are and what you sell, and who you're trying to reach. All that comes with brand positioning, which is a part of branding and your brand strategy.
Yeah.
So it's important. It's important to know this.
Right. It's really important to know that, not just because I make peanut butter cookies and they make chocolate chip. No, okay, so and I can go to the, what is it, the Argo.
Speaking of cookies real quick, so I just thought about Girl Scout cookies, because they have different cookies, and they cook you can get a cookie anywhere, but why do people want the Girl Scout cookies? Well, you're helping out the Girl Scouts, the troop, and you like their cookies.
That's it. And I think because their positioning is that the number one thing is you are helping them become little entrepreneurs and helping them grow their business or whatever. And so you're willing to do that, even though you're going to get a cookie that you like every year. And them cookies don't come out they're not on the shelf.
That's another part of brand positioning. You can't get them year round. I was just gonna Google Girl Scouts, because I wanted to see when I do Girl Scouts cookies pop up. Right. But I wanted to see what they have as far as like why. Okay, no, I don't see it. So I was looking to see if they have something about why when you buy the cookies, you support girls.
What is it that what you are giving into when you buy those cookies? Okay. And right now,
here it is. I found it. So it
Okay.
says when you buy Girl Scout cookies, you help young entrepreneurs develop 5 essential life skills. And they list the skills. Girl Scouts put their cookie earnings to good use. It stays with the local council and the troops. So it tells you why. I mean, that's brand positioning. Because
Yeah.
you can get a cookie from the store.
Yeah, you really can. And because okay, so that $5 or $6 box of cookies, you're not getting a whole lot of them.
And they cost more. That's right. And another thing, they cost more. I mean, we talked about the price.
Right.
But you're not just buying regular cookies. You're buying Girl Scout cookies that are going to help support girls in their quest to become entrepreneurs and learn life skills and friendships and all of that stuff. So I'm glad that it's there.
Right.
And I knew that it was there because it was like, why would you buy Girl Scout cookies that cost more? Because that's their brand positioning. So
because you're buying into a cause, you're buying into a purpose. You're not just buying a cookie.
Right. Because I could get a cookie from, I can go to the grocery store and get cookies.
And you can get gourmet cookies.
Yeah, you can go. There's lots of bakeries around here with specially baked cookies and everything. But the Girl Scout cookies, why they're like, well, when are they coming out? I've seen that. When are the Girl Scout cookies coming out? Where can I get them? You can buy them online now, but you used to have to. Well, whose daughter is selling the cookies? I got to get some of those cookies. And the moms or the dads would come to work with the form.
Yep, and everybody, how many you getting?
Yeah.
How many you getting, Bill?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is really good. Your brand positioning and not being different is not really enough. You're going to need to stand out, being different, having a different product, but also a different experience. The experience, the value that you bring is also the factor in you, because coffee is coffee. Seriously,
coffee is coffee, cookies are cookies. But there's brand positioning that makes you want one over the other. So there's a lot that goes into it. Brand positioning is one of the things, but it's not. And people think brand. Whenever you hear people talk about brand, and they think, oh, the logo, the colors, that's a small part of it. And there's a bigger part. We've been talking about it for a few weeks. So we're going to keep talking about it. Join me over here, Terry Johnson Online Live. There will be a post on the Bizchicks Facebook page and the Bizchicks Facebook group. I will put that up. I don't think it's in the group now. I'll share it over, but it'll be there. We'll start at 12 noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Yep. And
also, Terry Johnson Online
Live. See, that's the easy place to find TJ anywhere. I love that your brand positioning is you made it easy for us to find you.
Yeah, this is one spot. But if you're already on Facebook and you don't want to leave, I got you covered there. So there'll be a post. Because if you're watching this, you're already in Bizchicks world. You're already there. So
you are already in the somewhere in the realm. You caught us, and in the off chance that you didn't catch us, you can join at bizchicks.net, or I'm doing a new thing here. We're gonna have you text to join Bizchicks at biz to 33777. We've been studying on text marketing, and we're going to have a workshop on the 28th, but we want to be able to reach you and to reach our audience and engage. We want to be more than different.
Yes.
We want to bring you value, and we need to be able to connect with you and be able to, so that TJ, when she comes in, and all of our other presenters, when they come in, we need to be able to connect with you to make sure that you have the best information to take the hassle out of your hustle. We can't do that if we can't connect.
And current. And that's another thing that I talk about, is like current information. There's a lot of information floating out there, but it might be from 2010. Is that going to help you today? Nope.
No, it won't. Believe me, some stuff from yesterday is not going to help you today. So join Terry Johnson Online live today at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're looking forward to you taking a seat over there and just, gather some information, write your questions down, put them in the chat, do whatever you need to do. But here's the thing I want to tell you. Don't just sit here and listen to what she has to say. Oh, that was good. Put it into action. Take action. Put a plan together for you to act on what you've learned today.
Exactly.
So, thank you so much. It's okay for you to be successful. I'm trying to remember Terralina's lines. It is okay for you to be successful and go to.
She put it here.
Remember to go to the front of your own line. She wrote it for us. Woo-hoo.
She put it here. I forgot. I was like, I think it's over there. Remember to go to the front of your online.
Yes. And so we will see you tomorrow with Coach Karen. Go head on over to terryjohnsononline.live and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.